Let's get out today, 'cause I don't wanna live my life this blue. I just wanna spend my time with you.
Making mistakes is a part of life. Sometimes we do something wrong and we make sure we don't do it again. There are things I regret not doing enough at GCSEs, which I hope you don't repeat and learn from in this video. Number 1. Not using the specification. The specification is the document you get for every subject for every exam board, detailing exactly what you need to know for each topic. I guess I knew about the specification, but never really used it in my revision, which was my biggest mistake. I remember doing a mock exam in chemistry, and a question came up as a 6 marker asking me the advantages and disadvantages of using fuel cells in comparison to chemical cells. I was able to list some points for both sides of the argument. We went over the test in lessons, and tell me why, when we looked over the specification, it is written, students should know the advantages and disadvantages of fuel cells in comparison to chemical cells. I was shocked. The specification point was literally a question in the exam. Now, the exam board won't always be that lazy and put it as blatantly as they did in this example, but they will use that point and word it into a question. This is why when you use the specification, there can be no surprises when you do your exams. I would use the specification in your revision materials. So, for example, in the notes that you make, use the specification to guide the information that you take down. Or maybe you could use it for flashcards, where you make questions from the specification. Either way, you need to use it. And please don't be overwhelmed by how much the document is. Focus on topic by topic and you should be good. The second thing is not doing enough exam practice. Exam questions and papers are what get people up a grade. Knowing how to answer a question is more important than knowing the information itself, because you might get a question about the heart and write down everything you know about the heart and still get only 1 mark out of 6 because you didn't answer the question the way you were supposed to. Like I say a lot, the best way to prepare for an exam is actually doing an exam, so you need to be doing it for every single subject that you have, exam practice. Make sure your foundational knowledge about a topic is strong before attempting practice questions or papers. You don't want to do an exam question not knowing any information or how to answer it either. A really key tip for exam questions is looking at the command words. Is the command word asking you to describe, explain, state, etc.? I will link below a document which explains what all of the command words mean and what they actually ask you to do. Once I started to actually pay attention to what the command words wanted me to do, I started to get better scores because now I wasn't just waffling or writing random information, I was giving the right information in the right format. For example, the command word describe is different to the command word explain. If a question is asking you to describe, it is asking you to give the main features of a topic, while explain is asking you to say why or how something is, giving evidence. Interlink this with the number of marks. So if I know the question is asking me to describe something for 3 marks, I know I need to give 3 main features of a topic. Finally, but not least, not doing your homework properly. Now, you might think this is silly, but I had to learn this the hard way. Homework might seem like a chore, but it's actually an opportunity for you to revise. For example, I've been set algebraic equations to do for homework. If I do that homework properly, mark it, and see where I went wrong, that still counts as revision for algebraic equations, which I don't need to go over again for the time being. Homework is there to help you consolidate what you have learnt in lessons, so don't slack off with it. Attempt all the questions and ask your teachers, your peers, or even go to YouTube for help if you don't understand. Make sure you learn from your corrections so you're not repeating the same silly mistakes. When you actually think about it, it saves you time from when you have to do actual revision for that particular subject, as half of the hard work is done already, and it keeps you accountable with what you do and don't know. Hope this video helped you in identifying what you need to be doing if you haven't done it already. Adios!